This is KI0AR. Does anyone need to use the repeater system before I begin this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net? Please go ahead now. Zero AR. Does anyone need to use the repeater system before I begin this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net? Please go ahead now. Calling the Colorado Astronomy Net, calling the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR. My name is Bernice, and I'll be your net control for this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net. Just a reminder, the 3-minute timeout function is still in effect, so during long transmissions, please allow the repeater systems to reset themselves. Also, please use the word break for emergency or priority traffic. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please go ahead now. Okay, nothing heard. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. This net meets every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 0100 Zulu on Wednesdays to discuss topics of an astronomical nature, what's up in the night skies for the week, any other special events that may be of interest to the amateur radio astronomy enthusiasts around the world. Also, this is one of the few nets where your check-in does count. I tally up the numbers and send them off to JPL at the end of each month. It counts as part of their outreach to the general public, of which we are a part. So all check-ins are definitely appreciated. I take check-ins several ways. I take them over the air. I take them via NetLogger. If you have NetLogger, I can get you on the list right off the bat as soon as I see you pop up in the AIM window and get you logged in that way. You're guaranteed for me not to mess up your call sign that way. Of course, I'll take them over the air. You can also send me an email for those that are out there monitoring. We are on YouTube tonight as well, so anyone on YouTube, welcome. Appreciate that. And so we are making a recording of that. So let's see. Jack, if you're listening, we have a question here. Is why any clue as to why I can't hear on DRM? I think that's DMR, but don't know why, Brian. But we'll check that out. We'll get. We'll see. We'll check on that. What else? What else? I'll take them via email. My email is ki0ar@ki0ar.com. Let me know that you're out there listening. First name, location, and city, state, country, what have you. And I'll get you on the list. If you have an amateur call sign, I'll log that as well. That is probably the best way if you're out there listening and you got a call sign, so I'll get you on the list. I'll let this thing reset and then I'll acknowledge who I've got already. Okay, so far, checked in via NetLogger. We got Jack, KE0VH, thanks for checking in tonight. Elijah, KF0RVB, thanks for checking in tonight. Doug, K0ATP, thanks for checking in tonight. Dave, AF0AS, thanks for checking in tonight. Mick, W0PKB, thanks for checking in tonight. Brian, W4BJB, thanks for checking in tonight. Rip, K3XO, thanks for checking in tonight. Rick, VA3RKL, thanks for checking in tonight. And Maxwell. Let's see, KF0 QYA. Thanks for checking in tonight, Maxwell, or I don't know, you'll have to let me know if you go by Max. But I always like to touch base with my first time check-ins because that is a new one on the list, so thanks for that. But let me acknowledge Sean, KJ5EZA. Thanks for checking in tonight. Maxwell, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. My name is Bernice. That's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra, call sign, Kilowatt, India, 0, Alpha, Romeo. Welcome to the net. Been here for quite some time, 29 years, going strong. I've been on the SkyHub link for over about 2.5 years now. So welcome to the net. The way this works is I'm obviously taking check-ins, got some announcements, some local astronomical news, got some bulletins for you this evening, and a rocket report. Then after the rocket report, I like to go down the list. That's where our question and answer period is. So hopefully you can stick around for that. Usually run about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So hopefully you can stick around for that. Got a great bunch of guys here. Got into some interesting discussions later on. But first off, I'd like to touch base with you. Find out what's your interest background in astronomy, whether you're just starting out or you've been doing it for decades, or amateur, professional, anything like that you'd like to share with the net. KF0QYA Max, welcome to the net. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead.
Hi guys, Andrew QYA. I've been interested in astronomy, most of my life, and curious to hear more about what you guys are seeing out there in the big wide sky. I'll be a good one of friends from Australia using a networking conference server. This is Papa Sugar 7 Sugar Sugar from Stock Special. Once again, I was easy when you send a message to me to talk. I thank you very much. Good morning to everybody. And right now is night. You say good evening to everybody here. Okay, just to contact you give my participation to the press for this conference. Right, thank you so much. I won't be here for a time. It's 10 o'clock in 10 minutes in Brazil, South America, PM, night, right? But just to give you all the best conference for New Zealand. Papa Sierra 7, Sierra Sierra from Stock Snapshot, speaking from Grossos City, northeast of Brazil, South America. I am in Rio Grande do Norte State, Rio Grande do Norte State. Right there, so sorry. I will give to the master who gave me the opportunity. Sorry, when you sent a message to me, I was out there the contact. Once again, I give you all the best. 73, Papa, Sarah 7, Sarah from Stock Steps, Roger.
All right, station from Brazil, Papa Sierra 7, Sierra Sierra Foxtrot. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Like I said before, this net works all over the world, not just Colorado. So hopefully you can stick around. Missed the name there. You can send me an email, ki0ar@ki0ar.com. I'm also on YouTube as well under the same name, Colorado Astronomy Net. So if you have YouTube, be sure to hop on there and say, hey, Michael, we got you on the list, KO5AOK. I got you so you can't transmit, but got you on the list. So there we go. All right, let's see. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll go ahead and begin taking, I think I got everybody there. That's checked in so far, so I'll go ahead and take check-ins over the air. Anyone wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Net control, net control. Whiskey 6, Romeo Delta 2. This is Whiskey 6, Romeo Delta Zulu. Whiskey 6, Romeo Delta 2. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray, HA5, FOX. Net control. Alpha Bravo 3, Romeo Victor. That's Alpha Bravo 3, Romeo Victor. I'm Mac in Philadelphia, and I'll be in and out. Hi, Bryce. KO6AQP. KO6AQP. It's Rich. I'm in and out. Thank you. Net control, please check in. Alpha Echo 0, Lima Echo. I say again, Alpha Echo 0, Lima Echo. In and out tonight. Thank you for doing the net, Bernice. Mike, what? Delta Echo Alpha. Mike, what? Delta Echo Alpha. Keep loading, Bernice. Foxtrot 0, Mike, Lima Hurricane 0, MLS. Sterling, in and out, check it.
All right, let me see if I think I missed up one of those calls. Yeah, I did miss up one of those calls. Let's see. And I got to put my, let's see. All right, but nice flurry of check-ins. Nice flurry of check-ins there, so thanks for that. We got Ed, W6RDZ. Thanks for checking in tonight. David, KJ5FOX. That's a new call on the list, so thanks for that, David. I'm going to get right back to you again. Mac, AB3RV. I got you checked in and out. Thanks for that. Rich, KO6AQP. Thanks for checking in tonight. Got you in and out as well, so thanks. JR, AE0LE. Everybody's running away tonight. JR, I got you on the list. Thanks for that. Graham, MM1, DEA. Thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see, the station that checked in after Graham, I think the Mike Oscar Sierra. I think I screwed up your call sign. If you could come back with that, I'll get you corrected and properly logged in here. So come back, please.
Hello, Foxtrot Zero, Mike Lehman's here. Cam, MLS, Abraham, and Sterling. Just checking in tonight. I'm about to head out to New Lakota.
Okay, KF0, Mike Fox Sierra. Is that correct? Yeah. Justin, I got you on the list. Have fun with the POTA there. Maybe I can catch you on that side. Thanks for checking in tonight. Ken, we got you on the list. NB7SS, thanks for checking in tonight. Gonna go back up to David down in Texas, KJ5FOX. David, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. My name is Bernice. That's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra, call sign, Kilowatt, India, 0, Alpha, Romeo. Always like to touch base with my first-time check-ins and find out a little bit about your experience, background in astronomy, whether you're just starting out or you've been doing it for decades or somewhere in between. David, please share with us your interests in astronomy. KJ5FOX, this is KI0AR. Go ahead.
It's KJ5FOX. Thank you for having me. Honestly, I have a lot of times when I finish up another absolute technique, I hear you guys come on, and I've never really been able to sit around that long and listen. And I believe this is my first check-in. You said it was. Mainly, I am into amateur radio, so that's for my hobby. That takes up most of my time. But I am on a road trip, going to see some family, and I'm going to be on this road trip here for quite some time. So I thought, hey, this would be a good net to listen to. So, I do have a 10-year-old daughter, and over the Christmas holiday, we got a chance to go to Giga Park and to get some radios, by the way. But we just walked through the telescope section, and wasn't absolutely excited. Looking at telescopes. I'm just going to say that again, my hobby is amateur radio, but I am here for the ride. So I'm going to be listening in, and again, thank you for checking me in, and I'll hand it back over to you. KJ5 is the way.
All right, David. Thanks for riding along with us. Appreciate that. And again, welcome to the net. We do try to mostly we talk about astronomy, but every now and then I definitely try to combine amateur radio with astronomy and vice versa. Hopefully you will hear something that piques your interest and get you coming back. So again, welcome. All right, this is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll look for check-ins a little bit later on. Let's see, we got a couple on YouTube. We got Sean and Moose out there listening, and we got Mike out there. I already acknowledged Mike though. So guys, thanks for that. And like Jack says, give us a like for sure. Do appreciate that. I'm just getting started with this YouTube stuff, so I'll have to start asking for likes and that kind of thing. So there you go. Hopefully those on YouTube can hear me as well as the other amateur radio operators that are checking in. You can always give me a ping in the chat and let me know how everyone sounds. I'm sure I'm coming through, but it's the others that I want you guys to hear as well, so you'll have to let me know. Go ahead and get into the announcements. I publish a monthly astronomy newsletter via email and the World Wide Web. If you wish to subscribe to the email version of my newsletter, please send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com and request to be put on the list, or you may visit the website at www.ki0ar.com/astro.html. And at the top of the web page is also a spot where you may submit your email address and get subscribed to the email version of the newsletter as well. If you don't want to remember all that, just Google my call sign, KI0AR. You'll find a whole bunch of links, including links to the web page and the newsletter. I also volunteer with a youth group called the International Association for Astronomical Studies, a youth group that meets out in Strasburg, Colorado on Friday evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. Always looking for new members, freshmen through senior high school age students interested in astronomy, amateur radio, high power rocketry, remote control aircraft flying, full-scale aircraft construction, archaeoastronomy, radio astronomy, and balloon launch communications. More than welcome to visit our website at www.iaas.org for more information. Also, you may check them out on Facebook under the same name, the International Association for Astronomical Studies. Or you can call them on the radio. Their call sign is kilowatt 0 Alpha Alpha Sierra, kilowatt 0 Alpha Alpha Sierra. And we're usually monitoring on Skyhub link for that on Friday evenings. So if you want to hop on Skyhub link and give them a shout, I'm sure they would be happy to say hi. On Mondays and Wednesdays, you may want to check out Jack's flight sim on YouTube. That's Captain Jack Flight Sim on YouTube. Great flights that he does. Great flights that he does on Mondays and Wednesdays from 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time until landing, whenever that might be. Always has a bunch of great guys on there, amateur radio operators, other people that are interested in flight simming, and some of his diehard flight simmers that go along with him. So always an interesting time with Jack's flights. So check that out Mondays and Wednesdays. I do have one more announcement. I am looking for a net control for the 13th and the 20th of May. I will not be able to do net control. I will not have a YouTube channel up on those 2 days. I will be either in Dayton, Ohio, or heading back from Dayton, the Dayton Hamvention, which is the following weekend. So I need a net control for next Tuesday and the following Tuesday. Anyone interested in doing net control, definitely let me know. I'll let you know what it's all about. It's fairly easy to do. I'll just let you, especially if those are that you may have experience doing net controls. So anyone interested in doing net control for me and keeping the the Colorado Astronomy Net alive and well it's been alive and well anyway, but I haven't missed missed a Tuesday in 29 years. I don't want to ruin that record. So anyone that would like to do net control next Tuesday, definitely let me know a little bit later on. Send me an email. Those of you who know my text, you can send me a text as well. Send me an email, or if you are on YouTube and have some net control experience and like to do that, definitely we'll get you going, that's for sure. And this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to go ahead and get into the local astronomical news, get that over with, and then I'll look for more check-ins. If you do have NetLogger, you can check in anytime. Right now, I'll get started with the phases of the moon. We had a first quarter moon on the 4th, we've got a full moon coming up on the 12th, last quarter moon on the 20th, and a new moon on the 26th. The moon will be at apogee, its farthest point away from the Earth this month, on the 10th. It will be 252,428 miles from Earth. The moon will be at perigee, its closest approach to the Earth this month, on the 25th. It will be 223,086 miles from Earth. Planetary highlights for May. Jupiter and Mars are on display during May evenings. It's your last chance to grab a good view of Jupiter before it drops out of sight for midsummer. A gathering of planets in the morning sky offers some nice opportunities, and in the first week of May, they're joined by meteors from the annual Eta Aquarids shower. Excerpt is from Astronomy Magazine, May 2025, page 28. We'll talk about planets, some interesting, well, they're pretty close to being in conjunction, planets in the morning sky. We'll talk to that in just a sec. On with the planets. Mercury will be at superior conjunction on the 29th. That means it's actually behind the sun at that point. Mercury is rising about 5 a.m. this week. After conjunction, Mercury returns to the evening sky, setting about 8:41 p.m. by month's end. Mercury is visible about 30 minutes before sunrise just above the eastern horizon during the first 3 weeks of the month. So now's a good time to get out there and see if you can spot Mercury very low on that eastern horizon. Mercury moves from the constellation of Pisces into Taurus, shining at magnitude 0.1 on the 1st. Quick tutorial on magnitudes. The magnitude scale is an inverse logarithmic scale, meaning as the magnitudes increase in value, the apparent brightness of an object decreases by a factor of about 2.5. The dimmest object that the human eye can see is about 6th magnitude under optimal conditions, dark skies, away from cities, good eyeball, things like that. So a magnitude 5 object is 2.5 times brighter than a magnitude 6 object, while a magnitude 7 object is 2.5 times dimmer than a magnitude 6 object. And with anything greater than 6, you will definitely need telescopes and binoculars to spot those objects. Okay, we got several planets rising about the same time this week, so heads up for that. Venus is rising about 4:05 a.m. this week. Venus will be at greatest western elongation, or about 46 degrees west of the sun on the 31st. So watch Venus for the rest of this month as it continues to climb higher and higher before sunrise. Look for Venus to the east about 30 minutes to an hour before sunrise. Venus is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude minus 4.6 on the 15th. We got Mars. Let's see, Mars is, setting about 2 a.m. this week. Look for Mars to the southwest in the evening. Mars moves from the constellation of Cancer into Leo, shining at magnitude 1.1. And then we got Jupiter. Jupiter is setting about 10:50 p.m. This week. Jupiter is rapidly approaching the western horizon as the month progresses. So get out early to catch Jupiter before it sets. Jupiter is easy to spot to the west-southwest in the evening sky. Jupiter is in the constellation of Taurus, shining at magnitude -1.9. And we got Saturn rising about 4:04 a.m. This week, so notice that time with Venus. Look for Saturn low to the east before sunrise. Saturn is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 1.1. And then we got Uranus. Will be in conjunction with the Sun on the 17th. So right now, Uranus is setting about 8:46 p.m. So it's going to be very, very difficult to spot Uranus for the rest of this month. Let's see, after conjunction, Uranus returns to the morning sky, rising about 4:52 a.m. by month's end. Look for Uranus to the southwest before soon after sunset during the first week of the month. Then during the last few days of the month to the east, very low on the horizon. Uranus is in the constellation of Taurus, shining at magnitude 5.8. This is KI0. Let's see, where is it? This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Continuing, we've got Neptune. Neptune is rising about 4:03 a.m. this week. Look for Neptune to the east, following Saturn by just a few minutes all month. Or actually, it's pretty darn close one way or another. Neptune is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 7.8. So you got three planets very, very close together. We got Venus, super bright, Saturn, not so bright, and then Neptune, very dim, but all in the morning sky within just minutes of each other. You will need a telescope or binoculars to spot Neptune, but being so close to the other two, or at least in the same area, should make it a little easier to spot Neptune. For our dwarf planets, we have Ceres. Ceres is rising about 4:30 a.m. This week. Ceres can be spotted low to the southeast before sunrise. Ceres moves from the constellation of Aquarius into Cetus, shining at magnitude 9.3. And then we have Pluto. Let's see, Pluto was stationary today, this morning actually, neither appearing to move forward nor backward relative to the background skies. Pluto is rising about 1:43 a.m. This week. Pluto can be spotted before sunrise to the southeast. Pluto is in the constellation of Capricornus, shining at magnitude 15.3. As always, good luck at spotting Neptune, Ceres, and Pluto. A large telescope and dark skies will be needed. So right now, with the gibbous moon, we just passed the first quarter. You'll have to wait until the moon sets, but luckily it does set before some of these rise. And you might have a chance to see some of the dimmer planets in the early morning skies, but you'll have to do it pretty quick before we get to full moon coming up in, let's see, coming up on the 12th, so this weekend. So get out there under clear skies and look for those dim planets in the very early morning. Pluto, you'll definitely need at least a 12-inch diameter mirror scope for Pluto, maybe larger. Meteor showers. The Eta Aquarids meteor shower. This shower is visible during the period of April 21st to May 12th. It reaches maximum on May 5th, so we just had it peak yesterday. During the period of greatest activity, hourly rates usually reach about 20 for observers in the northern hemisphere and 50 for observers in the southern hemisphere. So there are still some of those Eta Aquarids flying through the skies, but not at their peak hourly rates. Either tomorrow morning and the next morning, so the next until the full moon. So you may be able to see those. If anybody did get out and see some of those Eta Aquarids in the last couple of days, I'd certainly like to hear those on observational reports for sure. And for those of you who are interested in meteor shower communications or meteor scatter communications, I got an interesting some information on the website as well as in the newsletter on meteor scatter and how to maybe listen to some of those signals. And if anybody is challenged to listen for amateur radio signals, definitely try that out. And so there's a meteor how-to by Terry Bullitt, W0ASP. He was our well, he is one of our check-ins a while ago. He hasn't been able to check in for quite some time, but our resident radio astronomer, so it's got definitely some good information there from him. Comets. We got Comet 29P Swatchman Watchman 1 is in the constellation of Leo this month and may reach 11th magnitude. An 8-inch telescope or better will be needed well away from city lights to spot this elusive object. So that's going to be hard. You're going to be hard pressed to see that one for sure. Now with the moon getting larger and larger. And that is it for the local astronomical news. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, I don't see anybody else checked in via NetLogger, so I'll go ahead and pause here to see if there are any more check-ins over the air. Anyone else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
GKG, disconnecting Colorado.
Okay, GKG, if you could give me your full call phonetically, again, I'll get you properly on the list tonight. Again, phonetics do help. If you could give me your phonetically twice, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Station ending in golf or kilowatt golf, if you could give me your call sign again, I'll get you checked in properly. If you could give me your call sign phonetically twice. All right, nothing heard. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll go ahead and get into the bulletins for this evening. Start off, let's see, I'm going to start off with ISS passes. Those of you who are interested in ISS passes may want to check out this particular website. www.heavens-above.com. That's www.heavens-above.com. And check that out. Right now I've got up on YouTube that particular page and looking for some interesting passes coming up in the next next week or so over the Denver area. There is a decent pass coming up on the 7th, tomorrow morning at 5:12 a.m. The ISS passes from the northwest to the southeast, peaking about 81 degrees above the southwest horizon. A solid 6.5 minute pass. The one thing I like about this particular website is when you do click on the particular pass of interest, you get a nice, well, hopefully there. There we go. A nice star chart showing the pass of the ISS over your particular area. Then you can print that out on a nice 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, as opposed to looking at a small diagram and trying to figure out where this thing is coming from and where it will be passing over. So that's one reason I like this website. We've got another decent pass coming up on the morning of the 8th at 4:24 a.m. That is another, that's definitely a 6-minute pass, traveling from the northwest to the east-southeast, peaking about 58 degrees above the northeastern horizon. Another decent pass. You don't have to strain your neck so much for that one. And then it starts transitioning between morning and evening passes on the 8th. So we're starting to see some evening passes as well coming up in the next week. We have another decent pass in the evening on May 10th at 9:07 p.m. The ISS travels from the southwest to the northeast, peaking about 84 degrees above the northwest horizon. About another 6.5 minute pass overhead the Denver area, going almost 90 degrees from the one that went over in the morning of tomorrow morning, I should say. So definitely gives you some nice star charts to take a look at. Again, that website is www.heavens-above.com. I do recommend you sign in or sign up and then log in, and you can put in your own home coordinates. If you look at the page, you can see the coordinates up there on the on the web page there. And that's it for that bulletin. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. All right, got an article here from NASA dated May 5th. NASA's Webb lifts veil on common but mysterious type of exoplanet. Though they don't orbit around our sun, sub-Neptunes are the most common type of exoplanet, or planet outside our solar system, that have been observed in our galaxy. These small gassy planets are shrouded in mystery and often a lot of haze. Now, by observing exoplanet TOI 421b, NASA's James Webb Space Telescope is helping scientists understand sub-Neptunes in a way that was not possible prior to the telescope's launch. I had been waiting my entire career for Webb so that we could meaningfully characterize the atmospheres of these smaller planets, said principal investigator Eliza Kempton of the University of Maryland College Park. By studying their atmospheres, we're getting a better understanding of how sub-Neptunes formed and evolved, and part of that is understanding why they don't exist in our solar system. All right, just a sec, here we go. I'm trying something new here on let's see. I'll go back. Let's see. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, sorry about that. Just trying some experimenting here. Small, cool shrouded in haze. The existence of sub-Neptunes was unexpected before they were discovered by NASA's retired Kepler Space Telescope in the last decade. Now astronomers are trying to understand where these planets came from and why they are so common. Before Webb, scientists had very little information on them. While sub-Neptunes are a few times larger than Earth, they are still much smaller than gas giant planets and typically cooler than hot Jupiters, making them much more challenging to observe than their gas giant counterparts. The key finding prior to Webb was that most sub-Neptune atmospheres had flat or featureless transmission spectra. This means that when scientists observed the spectrum of the planet as it passed in front of its host star, instead of seeing spectral features, the chemical fingerprints that could reveal the composition of the atmosphere, they saw only a flat-line spectrum. Astronomers concluded from all of those flat-line spectra that at least certain sub-Neptunes was probably very highly obscured by either clouds or hazes. A different kind of sub-Neptune. Why did we observe this planet, TOI 421b? It's because we thought that maybe it wouldn't have hazes, said Kempton. And the reason is that there were some previous data that implied that maybe planets over a certain temperature range were less shrouded by haze or clouds than others. The temperature threshold is about 1070 degrees Fahrenheit. Below that, scientists hypothesized that a complex set of photochemical reactions would occur between sunlight and methane gas, and that would trigger the haze. But hotter planets shouldn't have methane, and therefore perhaps shouldn't have haze. The temperature of TOI 421b is about 1340 degrees Fahrenheit, well above the presumed threshold. Without haze or clouds, researchers expected to see a clearer atmosphere, and they did. A surprising finding. We saw spectral features that we attribute to most gases, and that allowed us to determine the composition of the atmosphere, said the University of Maryland's Brian Davenport, a third-year PhD student who conducted the primary data analysis. Whereas with many of the other sub-Neptunes that had been previously observed, we know their atmospheres are made of something, but they're being blocked by haze. The team found water vapor in the planet's atmosphere, as well as tentative signatures of carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide. Then there are molecules they didn't detect, such as methane and carbon dioxide. From the data, they can also infer that a large amount of hydrogen is in TOI 421b's atmosphere. The lightweight hydrogen atmosphere was the big surprise to the researchers. We had recently wrapped our mind around the idea that those first few sub-Neptunes observed by Webb had heavy molecule atmospheres, so that had become our expectation, and then we found the opposite, said Kempton. This suggests TOI 421b may have formed and evolved differently from the cooler sub-Neptunes observed previously. Is TOI 421b unique? The hydrogen-dominated atmosphere is also interesting because it mimics the composition of TOI 421b's host star. If you just took the same gas that made the host star, plopped it on top of the planet's atmosphere, and put it at the much cooler temperature of this planet, you would get the same combination of gases. That process is more in line with the giant planets in our solar system, and it is different from other sub-Neptunes that have been observed with Webb so far, said Kempton. Aside from being hotter than other sub-Neptunes previously observed with Webb, TOI 421b orbits a sun-like star. Most of the other sub-Neptunes that have been observed so far orbit smaller, cooler stars called red dwarfs. Is TOI 421b emblematic of hot sub-Neptunes orbiting sun-like stars, or is it just that exoplanets are very diverse? To find out, the researchers would like to observe more hot sub-Neptunes to determine if this is a unique case or a broader trend. They hope to gain insights into the formation and evolution of these common exoplanets. We've unlocked a new way to look at these sub-Neptunes, said Davenport. These high-temperature planets are amenable to characterization. So, by looking at sub-Neptunes of this temperature, we're perhaps more likely to accelerate our ability to learn about these planets. The team's findings appear on May 5th in the Astrophysical Journal Letters. The James Webb Space Telescope is the world's premier space science observatory. Webb is solving mysteries in our solar system, looking beyond to distant worlds around other stars, and probing the mysterious structures and origins of our universe and our place in it. Webb is an international program led by NASA with its partners ESA, the European Space Agency, and CSA, the Canadian Space Agency. To learn more about Webb, visit https://science.nasa.gov/web. And that's it for that bulletin. This is KI0AR, Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, I'm going to call on Ed, W6RDZ. Good evening to you, Ed. Are you able to take the rocket report tonight, or would you like me to take over for that tonight? Go ahead.
This is W6RDZ, your rocket man. I think I can take that rocket report tonight. It's pretty short. We haven't had many launches, but let's take that, see what we can do with it here. Let's see. We just had 2 launches this week. No, I'm sorry, there was a third. Third one did get off. Okay, 3 launches this week, and they're all Starlink missions. Let's see. The first one was on Thursday, May 1st at 1951 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX successfully launched Starlink Group 6-75 from Cape Canaveral, Florida. Another 28 V2 mini Starlink high-speed internet satellites went into low Earth orbit. It was booster 1080's 8th flight. It was SpaceX's 685th mission. All right, I'm going to go back to you, Burgess, and you can give me an audio check. W6RDZ, back to net control.
You're sounding fine. Hopefully, everybody on the on YouTube can hear you fine as well. So carry on. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
Very well, Burgess. This is W6RDZ, your rocket man, back with the rocket reports. Our second launch of this last week was Sunday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day. That occurred at 2:54 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX launched the Starlink Group 6-84 from Kennedy Space Center, Florida. A record 29 Starlink satellites joined the mega constellation. It was booster 1078's 20th flight and the 100th consecutive successful Falcon 9 landing. All right, and just minutes ago, today, Tuesday, May 6th at 1917 Mountain Daylight Time, SpaceX Falcon 9 successfully launched Starlink Group 6-93 from Cape Canaveral, Florida. Another 28 satellites went to low Earth orbit. And that's it for last week's launches. All right, let me scroll down here and pick up. We just have 2 launches on our docket next week. Maybe the Chinese will sneak some in. But at the moment, we've got Friday, May 9th at 00:54 Mountain Daylight Time, SpaceX Falcon 9, Starlink Group 6-91 at launching from Cape Canaveral, Florida. It'll be the 250th Falcon 9 launch from pad Slick 40 at Cape Canaveral. Second launch will be also on Friday, May 9th, but at 12:40 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX launching a Falcon 9 Starlink Group 15-3 from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. All right, we're going to reset the repeater there. W6RDZ, back with the rocket report. Let's see, what have we got this week? We have a spacewalk. NASA successfully completed U.S. EVA 93 on the ISS. NASA astronauts Anna McClain and Nicole Ayers relocated a space station communications antenna mounting bracket ahead of installation of IROC solar arrays. It was the 5th all-female NASA spacewalk. Well done, ladies. Second news item. Chinese Shenzhou-19 landing on April 29th last week. The landing of the Shenzhou-19 mission was postponed from midnight to about 11 p.m. So almost 24 hours due to bad weather at the landing site. The returning Shenzhou-19 taconauts successfully landed in the Gobi Desert near the Jiaquan Satellite Launch Center. That after spending 6 months in space aboard the Chinese space station. There's links if you want to see any of these launches or landings in the rocket report that Barnes posts there. All right. And then in an amazing third item, in an amazing example of Astronomy Net journalistic gymnastics, thanks to Burness, we reported on the Astro Firefire 6 launch failures a few hours before the last net. More details have emerged. The launch went well until staging. Just before staging, separation, a small explosion or large venting can be seen in launch footage. Stage separation, you can see the second stage expansion nozzle has been knocked off by the first stage interstage. This almost happened on an earlier launch. Check out Scott Manley. He made a post-launch failure analysis of it, and that expert analysis and speculation on the launch failure is there's a link on my report. We will reset there. Okay, W6RDZ, back with the rocket report. SpaceX's Starship 35 had a couple of test fires. They started with a 1-engine test fire, and that was followed by a 30-second test fire of all 6 Raptor engines on Starship 35. That in preparation for test flight 9. All went well until shutdown, when a flash was observed and some other anomalous behavior. No word on what, if anything, the squirrely shutdown means. It could postpone the test flight that's supposed to happen later in May. Again, links there. Fifth item, the Japanese Hakuto R-N2 lunar lander is on track for a moon landing at 1:45 p.m. Thursday, June 5th. So watch for that. And this week marks 64 years of U.S. spaceflight. On May 5th, 1961, Alan Shepard rode the modified Redstone rocket in a Mercury capsule to 116.5 miles altitude on a suborbital hop. And that's it for tonight's rocket report. Rocket Man Ed here, wishing you a good night and nominal flight. Now, back to Starman Burness, KI0AR Net Control.
All right, Ed, thanks for that. Appreciate you doing the rocket report as always. Let's see. We got Abraham checked in, KF0MLS, checking in via via YouTube. So got some YouTubers tonight, so I do appreciate that. Let's see. Nobody else on NetLogger, so I'll go ahead and open up the net before we go down the list for any more check-ins. Anyone else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo Oscar 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot,
right. Good evening to you, Lee. KO4 WDF. Thanks for checking in tonight. Derek, N7E. Was that? Excuse me. Let me make sure I got that right. Maybe I got the call sign. November 7. Echo Charlie Victor. Is that what I got? I don't think so. Give me a. Let's see. Give me that November 7 station again. Let me make sure I got you right, because if that's a new call, I definitely want to talk to you real quick before we go down the list. November 7 station, go ahead.
I think you got it right. November 7, Echo Charlie Victor.
Okay.
Over.
All right, Derek. Yeah, I got you. I got it right. All right, November 7, Echo Charlie Victor. Thanks for checking in tonight, and welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. My name is Bernus. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra. Call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. Appreciate you checking in tonight, Derek. Let me acknowledge Mick N9PGE. Thanks for checking in tonight. Rip, I see your comment there, so no worries. I'll check you in and out. No worries there. Take care and get well there. Derek, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. You've caught the latter part of the net. We go through a question and answer period at this point, and observation reports, things like that. Hopefully, you've been listening for a while. Always like to touch base with my first time check-ins. And find out what your interest, background in astronomy is, whether you're starting out, you've been doing it for decades, or somewhere in between, whether it's professional or amateur. If you've got any particular interests within astronomy, anything like that, please share with us what's your interest, background in astronomy. Go ahead, Derek. N7ECB. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Tell us a little bit about your background. Go ahead.
Funny business, sir. Inside of ECB returning good evening to you and the net. Very amateur background, I would say probably in the 90s, just from laying out in the deserts of Nevada, staring up at the sky and being able to actually witness what you can't seem to really see anymore across most of the country, just the stars in general. Logged on tonight, mainly just to tag along and listen for any reports of any events this evening for the meteor shower. And it's probably about the second or third time I've checked in a long time. So no fault there. Anyhow, very limited experience other than just kind of monitoring the skies and enjoying what I can see when I can see. So that would be the gist of it there. I'm just along for the ride.
All right, no worries, Derek. No worries. Glad to have you along for the ride. That's this is a learning net, so hopefully everybody that's out there will learn something, or have learned. Like I say, I've learned something just about every net. There's so much has changed in the last almost 30 years. While I've been doing the net. With all the new missions and things like that that's going on in space. Tremendous changes with all the satellites that have been launched and stuff like that. Just all the new discoveries with the satellites and the telescopes and all that. So definitely welcome. And let's see. That I did not see that name popped up. I got a database of all of my check-ins here, And if you checked in, it must have been a long, long time ago before I started my database. I should look back and see if I can find those notes and add people. But so many people have changed their call signs, things like that. Yeah, I got you on the list now, so welcome. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Now's the time for everyone else to contribute to the net. Questions, comments, observation reports, especially if you got to get out there and see some of the meteors last couple of nights, or mornings, I should say. If you're up bright and early or dark and early, for sure. First on the list tonight is Jack, KE0VH. Good evening to you, Jack. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Hello, Loris, and everybody around the net. Good evening. KE0VH and Wheatridge. Loris, a couple of announcements. We are going to have a new UHF analog repeater on the air, hopefully in the next couple of 3 weeks here, up in Sterling, 449.55, and its PO will be 103.5, as is our custom on Skyhub Link repeaters. But the new repeater will be coming to Sterling. The VHF repeater is still up there, but it's going to change over to DMR for some functionings that the folks up in northeastern Colorado want to do. So once again, 449.550. Coming soon in Sterling. For those who may not have heard, the new Estes Park repeater is on the air. Up in Estes Park, once again, look at our website on the repeaters page for that listing. And the Pilot Hill repeater up above Larrabee and Cheyenne is connected back into the system now and operating. And I want to say good evening to everybody who may be listening in the Franklin, Tennessee area on 444.675, our new Franklin, Tennessee full-time repeater. We've got some folks out there, Bernice, who hopefully you'll have some of them joining in here on the Colorado Astronomy as time goes on. So with that, also tomorrow evening I will be doing Denver to Oklahoma City on my YouTube live stream. Captain Jack Flight Sim, CAPNJACKFLPSIM, Flight Sim, kind of abbreviated there. But we'll be doing Denver to Oklahoma City in the iFly 737 MAX on my YouTube channel. So with that, Bernice, back to you. Thanks, buddy. Have a good evening, and good evening to everybody around the net. This is KE0VH.
All right, Jack, thanks for those updates. And yeah, definitely those of you who are interested in flight sims, catch up with Jack's YouTube channel tomorrow night. All right. Next on the list is Elijah in Arvada, KF0RVB. Good evening to you, Elijah. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, Elijah. Hopefully you'll have fun with that scope there. Appreciate you sharing that with us. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Doug Alton Parker, K0ATP. Good evening to you, Doug. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening, Bernice, Jack, and everyone on the net. And I'd like to check in tonight. A lot of times I've not been able to make it to the end of the check-ins. But it'd be great to be able to have a telescope out tonight. But it is just like it's been raining all day. It's going to be raining all day tomorrow. But I've been around on the planet since May 1956. And although my dad was not a licensed radio operator. You got some old military receivers. And although I don't think I can really say I can remember Sputnik, but I was probably about a year and a half old when they launched Sputnik. And I think it probably remained in orbit for a short period of time. As my dad could say, you could hear Sputnik beeping. But I can honestly say that I've been watching the evolution of the space program and all the wonderful things that we've been able to learn in astronomy. And all plugged in. I just, as an amateur astronomer, I just don't really have a lot of extra time to get a telescope out. Yeah, it'd be great to be able to watch the night sky and everything else, but kind of limited by daylight, or not daylight, but nighttime and visibility and everything else. But anyway, thank you for everything you do in the net, and Jack and Ed. And I'd also like to say it's a 1+ year anniversary that we all met together in Cape Girardeau with the solar eclipse. So that was a good time. So I'll pass it back to you. Anyway, K08DP, I'll be clear back to net control.
Hey Doug, yeah, you bet that was fun with Ed and you showing up as well. So yeah, it was always a good to always make the eyeball contact for sure. Yeah, Doug, you got me by about a year. Yeah, I was a Sputnik kid too. I was almost 6 months old, so not too far behind you, but yeah. I don't remember anything about Sputnik, but like you said, the parents probably did. Unfortunately, they're long gone. Hey, Doug, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Dave up in Evergreen, AF0AS. Good evening to you, Dave. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
You got a couple things, couple updates to the updates on the rocket report. First one is, it appears, and nothing's confirmed yet, that SpaceX will be doing a second static fire of the booster that may have lost a vacuum raptor on the static fire they did last week. Rumor is that could happen this week. There are launch dates starting to show up. There's a local notice to mariners that goes into effect for the Gulf from the 19th through the 29th, excluding the 3-day Memorial Day weekend. With that in place, if it doesn't get canceled, then who knows what's going to happen with SpaceX with their appearing and disappearing notices. There could be a launch as soon as the 19th. There is a reservation with NASA for the WP-57 observation aircraft for the 21st and 22nd, so that's another indication that there might be a launch coming up. So we have to keep our eyes open for about a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. The other note is things are progressing rapidly at Starbase. Very likely in about 2 to 3 hours, they could be moving the launch mount for the second launch site from the construction area down the road and into the launch area. The cranes are in place and most of the lifting gear is in place, so that could be going to final assembly at the launch site. Conceivably tomorrow, but certainly this week. The other note was the Firefly launch. There's a strong rumor that they had a stability problem when they stage separated, and the first stage, there's very little clearance between the second stage nozzle and the top of the first stage, and it may have knocked into the nozzle and knocked it off. It came up like an inch or so on the last flight. So, yeah, things happen. That's one of the things that if you watch a lot of Falcon launches, you'll see that SpaceX has a similar problem, and they have a pogo stick that runs up the center of the second stage nozzle to keep it centered while it's separating. We may see Firefly do something like that in the future, who knows. And I think with that, I'll send it back to the net. AF0AS clear.
All right, Dave. Appreciate those updates. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list is Mick up in Loveland, W0PKB. Good evening to you, Mick. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Victor Echo 3, Mike Alpha Bravo.
Victor Echo 3 station. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Would you like to check into the net, please? Sir, go ahead. If you'd like to check in, I'll get you on the list. Give me your call sign phonetically twice. I'll get you on the list.
Victor Echo 3, Mike Alpha Bravo, TE3 and 8.
Okay, let's see. I got you a little scratchy. I got a Victor Echo 3, Mike Alpha, then a little burst of static, a little bit of scratch there. If you could give me the call again, and I'll get you on the list, please.
That's Mike Alpha Bravo and 8.
All right, Mabel, we got you on the list. VA3MAB, thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see. We're still going down the list. Where were we? Mick. We didn't hear anything from Mick. We'll go to Brian in Tennessee. W4BJB. Good evening to you, Brian. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. RIP. K3XO had to check out, but always like him checking in. Appreciate that. Next on the list is Rick up in Ontario. VA3RKL. Good evening to you, Rick. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Mac in Loveland, KF0QYA. Again, Max, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. All right, nothing heard. Let's see. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Let's see if you guys did transmit. I did not hear you over on the wires X side. I don't know if the signals were coming over on the analog side. If you are on NetLogger or someone is on NetLogger and heard any calls that I did not hear, just ping me over in the AIM window there. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody or I'm skipping over them and not acknowledging. Had some issues last week with that. Let's see. Next on the list is Sean down in Texas. KJ5EZA. Good evening to you, Sean. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Okay, we had Mike in Oklahoma on YouTube. So thanks for checking in that. He did post in the YouTube channel if anybody's doing POTA. He's activating one of the state parks here in Colorado on 14.330 megahertz. If you're into chasing POTA, check that out. His call sign KO5AOK. So he's in Colorado. So there you go. As opposed to down in Oklahoma, so he must be doing on a road trip there. But yeah, we'll try that a little bit later on, Mike. You can hear us. Brazil station. I don't know whether you're still on there or not. PS7SSF. Papa Sierra 7 Sierra Sierra Foxtrot is what I got. I did not find anything on the internet for the name there, but welcome to the net. If you're still listening, what have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. PS7 SSF. This is KI0AR. Go ahead. Next on the list is Ed, W6RDZ. Good evening to you, Ed. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
This is W6RDZ. Yeah, nothing more for you. Thanks again for a wonderful net. Glad I got to deliver the rocket report for a change. Sometimes things work out. But yeah, thanks again for the opportunity. Great net. Best wishes, 73 Sol.
All right, Ed. Appreciate your doing the rocket report as always. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is David in Texas. KJ5FOX. Good evening to you, David. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next three stations checked in and out. That was Mac, AB3RV in Pennsylvania, Richard in California, KO6AQP, and JR in Ray, Colorado, AE0LE. Checked in and out. Graham had to leave us. He did check in. He said, bye. It's 3 o'clock his time in the morning. Almost 3:30 right now, so got him in and out. So we'll go to Justin in Aurora, KF0MFS. Good evening to you, Justin. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Ken out in Nevada, NV7SS. Good evening to you, Ken. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening there, Burnus, NV7SS here in Indian Springs, Nevada, where it's been cloudy all week and rainy and everything, and raining off and on. Nothing big, just enough to get things wet. But not seeing the sky. I tell you though, last night I did see the moon peeking through there, a little more than halfway full there, but that's about it. Can't see much of anything, I tell you. And I was wondering, Berners, did you ever get that email that I sent you? I resent it again about the Voyager 1 possibly going dead. I don't know. But anyway, Berners, thanks a lot for being there, and always enjoy the net. You take care, and we'll see you down the log. KI0AR, NV7SS. Back to you, Berners.
Ken, no, I haven't received anything from you for quite some time. Make sure you got, make sure that those, you're not sending it to, you're sending it to KI0AR at KI0AR.com. For sure. Or ARRL.net, KI0AR at ARRL.net. Try that one. That'll get me too. I haven't received anything from you for, well, let's see, from you directly since January. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay, Berners, I'll give it a try. I'll send it to the RL one now and see if you get it there. But anyway, thanks a lot, Berners. NV7SS.
All right, Ken. Yeah, we had rain all day. Cloudy yesterday. Rain all day today. Rain all evening as well. So we need it, but it doesn't do much good for observing anything up in the skies other than raindrops. All right, Ken. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. I'll look for that email. And just a few. Yeah, I'm looking there. I don't see anything. let's see, I'm looking around. All right. All right, let's see. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Ken, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Let's see. Abraham, I think, checked in via YouTube. KF0MLS. Thanks for that. Next on the list is Lee in Georgia. KO4 WDF. Good evening to you, Lee. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Derek up in Washington, N7ECV. Good evening to you, Derek. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. All right, I don't know if you were trying to talk there. I heard some clicks and beeps, things like that, but no audio. Next on the list is Mick in Indiana, N9PGE. Good evening to you, Mick. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Mabel, VE3MAB up in Ontario. Good evening to you, Mabel. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. We are at the bottom of the list, and we got some few more minutes left for the net. Again, announcement, if anybody out there that is listening that would like to take over the net control duties for the Colorado Astronomy Net next Tuesday, May 13th, and the following Tuesday, May 20th, I'd certainly appreciate it. So I'm looking for a net controller for those times. Otherwise, I'll have to try to. Well, I may be able to do it via Echo Link or something like that. We'll have to see, but I should be settled in for the evening in Ohio by then. It'll be 9 o'clock in Ohio, so I may be able to do that. It'll be an abbreviated one, and I'm hoping to be home by the net time on Tuesday the 20th, but just in case, definitely like to have someone take over the duties of net control for those 2 nights. So anyone available and willing to take over net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net next 2 Tuesdays, I'd certainly appreciate it. Send me an email to ki0ar at ki0ar.com or drop me a note somewhere. You can find me. You could definitely. I do have a web presence, so definitely go ahead and find me somewhere. I'll go ahead and open up the net. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins? Before I wrap up the net for this evening, late check-ins, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins, please call KI0AR now.
Whiskey 2, Hotel Alpha Zulu. Whiskey 2, Hotel Alpha Zulu. Eric in Albany, New York.
Good evening, Eric, up in New York. W2HAZ, thanks for checking in tonight. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Actually, welcome to the tail end of the Colorado Astronomy Net. Appreciate you joining us tonight, Eric. My name is Bernice. That's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra. Call sign Kilowatt, India, Zero, Alpha, Romeo. That is a new call on the list, so welcome. And let's see. Right now, it's all yours. I like to touch base with my new check-ins and find out what your interest, background in astronomy is, and then anything else that you'd like to pass along astronomy-wise to the net tonight. Please share with us, Eric. W2HAZ, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Go ahead.
W2HAZ, my background in astronomy is purely not professional. The only question I had, and that's kind of why I keyed up on your net, was I've been seeing a lot of chatter on the internet lately about the star Betelgeuse going supernova, and I was wondering if that's just hype or something that's actually occurring now. W2HAZ.
All right, Eric. Yeah, there is. The astronomers are keeping a close eye on Betelgeuse for sure. It's in a red giant phase right now. It's approximately 1,600 light years away, so we're actually looking at it 1,600 years ago in the past. So let's see, 425 AD. But yes, they are speculating that it is very close to being supernova. Don't know when. These things are very difficult to predict for sure. But the astronomers are keeping a close watch on it. It could have gone supernova within the last 1600 years, but we don't know it yet. But it is being watched, and it is possible that it could go supernova in our lifetime, or in our kids' lifetime, or in our grandkids, or great, 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 so on and so forth. But yes, it is due. In astronomical terms, yes, it could be, who knows exactly, but it is being watched.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. I know that's probably an amateurish question, but they were speculating that the James Webb Telescope perhaps already captured stuff like that, but I think they were exaggerating really. But I thank you for the answer to the question. It clears a lot up for me. Thank you. W2HE.
No worries, Eric. Yeah, this is a learning net, so I've been running it for 29 years now, and I can probably honestly say that I've learned something every net, just about, and I'm the one that's running it. A lot has changed over the years, for sure, and I am an amateur as well. I mean, I've been doing the net, and I'm still an amateur at this stuff. So we have all levels. It all depends on how you look at it. We've had some professionals on here before as well. So, but definitely, I know a lot, but it's an amateur level for sure. There is also T Corona Borealis. Or Tau Coronæ Borealis, a star in the constellation of Corona Borealis that you may have also heard. That will go nova about every 78 years. It's a double star, one of which happens to be a white dwarf that is sucking material off of its companion star. And every 78 years or so, that material accretes on the smaller white dwarf and explodes in a nova, not a supernova, but a nova, and goes from being dimmer, a faint magnitude, less than what the human eye can see, to visible, to about second magnitude. It's not going to get very bright. It definitely won't be a daylight object, but it will definitely show up in the night sky, and possibly from city lights. But that has not occurred yet. A lot of stuff in the news since last summer. So we're expecting it to do something, but we just don't know when. I think 76 years was back in September, so it could go anytime, probably in the next year and a half. No news on that yet, but it is out there, and it will be a star that will go from not visible to visible in the next year and a half. Hopefully, we'll see that. So you may have heard some news about that as well, Eric. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
KI0AR W2HAZ. Yeah, I think I have heard something about that. Now, is the star within our galaxy or another galaxy? Because I know they have observed novas and supernovas in other galaxies, but just not one here. I guess the Crab Nebula in Chinese observed it many, many years ago. But there was I'm not sure if that's in the galaxy or not. Over to you.
You bet, Eric. Yeah, the Crab Nebula is a famous one. There have been novas and supernovas in our galaxy over the years. There was one several years ago visible from the southern hemisphere. Um, there's other two that we spoke of. The Betelgeuse is in the constellation of Orion, and it is in the spiral arm just outward from our particular spiral arm, the spiral arm that we are in. I'd have to look that up to see what the name of this particular arm we're in, but that's obviously the Orion. I think that is the Orion arm. That's further out, but it is within our galaxy. T Corona Borealis is in our galaxy as well. So quite a lot of activity. Yeah, we do see lots of supernovas in other galaxies for sure. We just happen to be in the right spot to be able to see galaxies outside of our own. So we're kind of lucky in that respect, and in many ways we're lucky to be able to see what we can see. If we were closer in, we might not be able to see a lot of the stuff in other galaxies, or we'll be overwhelmed with the radiation and light. The Earth is in the perfect spot, so to speak. Yeah, lots of novas over the centuries, and some visible with the naked eye during daylight even, but most are being watched, but they are kind of infrequent enough that you don't hear about them all as much. I definitely have to do some research on that myself. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
Not much of the net, but I do appreciate you coming back to me. And have a good rest of the net. W2HAV.
All right, Eric, again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Appreciate that. Appreciate the questions for sure. And appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Let's see. One more call. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins, please call KI0AR now.
Kilo Echo 4, Oscar Golf Golf. That's Kilo Echo 4, Oscar Golf Golf. GG,
All right, good evening to you, Ray. Welcome to the tail end of the Colorado Astronomy Net. That looks like it's a new call on the list, so welcome to the net, Ray. KE4OGG. My name is Bernice. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra. Call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. Like I said, you found the tail end of the Colorado Astronomy Net. So welcome, Ray. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. If you got any questions, go ahead with those too. Ray, it's yours. KE4OGG, this KI0AR. Go ahead.
most of it tonight. Look around with grandson. Totally amateur as far as astronomy goes. I've done it years ago. Back when film and tinkered around with astrophotography, and I've tried some of the new digital equipment I've got. But I haven't been able to do a whole lot lately. Just trying to get all my equipment back together so I can get started again and try to keep up with what some of my grandsons are starting to learn. So it's like I said, it's been a while. I've tinkered with it off and on all my life, and done some work as far as from the amateur radio side, trying to monitor like the space station, SSTV, a few other things along those lines, and some of the other amateur activities associated with astronomy. But that's been my exposure. Like I said, I've been listening to y'all for a couple of weeks now, and enjoying it. And actually get my interest back in again. And learning new stuff as I go. And I'll turn it back to you, Steve, for the YouTube.
All right, Ray. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Glad you're sharing astronomy with your kids and grandkids for sure. Appreciate that. And I see you're in South Carolina. That's a new state for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I hadn't had that checked off yet. So I only got, let's see, I got to get somebody from Mississippi and Delaware to check in. Maybe DC. So I can have my worked all states for on the Colorado Astronomy Net here. So getting close. But yeah, welcome to the net, Ray. I'm glad you've been listening in for the last couple of weeks, and I'm real glad you decided to check in as well. So definitely appreciate that. So thanks for that. All right, this is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. I'd like to thank the 27 check-ins. Great turnout tonight, guys. Appreciate it. Check-ins. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. for another session of the Colorado Astronomy Net. Still looking for another net control for next week. And the following week, we'll see. If not, I'll be doing probably an abbreviated Colorado Astronomy Net next week, but we'll see. But definitely get you in there, and we'll hear. Oh, let's see. Well, let me see. I got. Moy checked in. All right, Moy, we'll talk to you. So let's see. N5, ZIQ. I saw you just pop in there. Moy, down in Texas. N5, ZIQ. Thanks for checking in tonight. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. All right, we got you on the list. Thanks for that. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I am going to go ahead and close the net for this evening. I'd like to thank the 28 check-ins for checking in tonight. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody next Tuesday night for another session of the Colorado Astronomy Net. Especially I'd like to thank the new check-ins. There's, let's see, 6 of them on the list, so thanks for that. I'd like to thank the Rocky Mountain Radio League for the use of their repeater systems. Also like to thank the Skyhub Link group for their repeater systems and Echolink nodes and all the ways that you can check into the Colorado Astronomy Net worldwide. So with that, I will say 73 and keep looking up. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.
anytime, so thank you for a late check-in. Yes, thank you for that.
Hey, Moya, this is KI0AR. Go ahead, I'll be here for a few.
Oh, we're doing okay over here in Houston tonight. We're just kind of waiting for the storms to kind of go through, and maybe we'll get a night or two of clear skies coming up here. So hopefully it should be a nice next few days. So just wanted to jump in and say good evening, Bernice, and 70 degrees, everybody. Have a good night inside. I'll be clear. Thank you.
All right, Moy, 73 to you too. Appreciate the comments, appreciate you checking in tonight. No worries. All right, let's see. This is KI0AR, net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Signing off. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.